track. He had a rap label that he was into. So, I mean, he had some other things. But now he's 32, family. He's got 2 kids. He wants to be a leader. We'll see if that's not just lip service. But, again, he was a former Eagle that was drafted here, and they're bringing him back. Makes sense for them. They want to stretch the field with his speed, something they lacked last year. So he'll be a huge help. The Eagles really went heavy at receiver in terms of money. They have Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar. They decided to pick up his option for $9.5 million, and they're going to give Deshaun Jackson $9 million. So, you're looking at 3 receivers, starting receivers who are very good, maybe the best in the NFC. Those threesome, but they're paying them $32 million. So that's a huge investment, and they still don't have a running back. Fans in Philly are crying about where's the running back, kind of like fans in Indianapolis are saying, how come we're not doing anything? But listen, patience. There's always a second and then the third wave of free agency, and there's still good players out there, under-the-radar players, guys I mentioned earlier, that you can still find, and you can get them a little bit more cheaply. And that's to me, where these GMs make their money. It's not the big splash names when the gate opens on free agency where you make your bones. It's this part of free agency now as we head into the second week of free agency. Who's left? What are you going to negotiate their deal to be? So it's not over yet. Plenty of time left in free agency, and then of course the draft comes up in like 6 weeks. So great time to be a fan of the NFL, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with what you say in the second and third wave. Budget players, if you will. You may have to bag your own groceries at Aldi's, but gosh dang it, they're cheap, right? Adam Jividan, our official. No, I don't shop at Aldi's. I'm a bachelor, but I mean, I'm just making the reference. That's all. Adam Jividan, a super Browns fan, Ohio State fan. What are your thoughts? What are the Browns looking for coming up in the draft in 6 weeks? Then we got to wrap it up, put a bow on it for today, guys. Go ahead, Adam.
I think for the draft, the Browns really don't have a lot of holes left. We need another outside linebacker. Since we traded Jabril Peppers in the Odell Beckham deal, we could use a safety. Player like a Deontay Thompson from Alabama comes to mind. And they could use another corner to match up alongside Denzel Ward. But, I mean, they still have 8 draft picks, and I don't even think John Dorsey uses all of them. I would not be surprised to see him either trade up or trade out of certain picks to accumulate more assets for coming seasons. But the Browns team at this point, their number one focus is how do we gel in the off season, even ahead of OTAs. I know Baker's out in LA with Odell and Landry and Njoku and a lot of our offensive unit, and then Myles Garrett has a large contingent working out on the defense down in Texas. So I think that's the biggest thing is that how do we gel as a unit? Because I think where a lot of these super teams, quote-unquote super teams, have fallen apart is it's a large collection of individuals that don't really gel as a unit. And a lot of that's going to be up to Baker as the leader of the team at the quarterback position, as well as new head coach Freddie Kitchens. But Kitchens brought in a very senior the rest of the staff with Steve Wilkes and Todd Monken as the offensive and defensive coordinators. So I think that's the thing is for the Browns. It's how do we come together? We went 7-8-1 last year. How do you flip some of those games that possibly should have been wins and turn that into 10, 11, or 12 wins? That's really the focus and just continuing the trend. Yeah, we made the biggest splash of the entire offseason likely in the Odell Beckham deal, but how do we take that and make this something that we can build on for the next 4, 5, 10 years? That's the goal. That's the goal in Berea. It's not. We don't want to be a 1-year revelation and then be done.
Adam, we appreciate you joining us. I think you're after Ed and I's job as a beat writer. I'm not sure, but great job. Thanks for joining us, Adam, and we look forward to seeing what the Browns do in 2019.
Absolutely. You can always. I'm always available to come on, Tom.
All right, buddy. And that's not exactly true because I've invited you on before, and you've said, "Oh, I got something going on." But okay.
That's true. I'm on as often as I.
All right, buddy. We'll talk with you soon.
Thanks, Tom.
Ed Kratz, beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles, our official NFL contributor. Can you tell that he's a Browns fan? Did he give it away, Ed?
I couldn't tell at all. Hopefully he's going to catch up on sleep now.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't blame him. I can't blame him for being stoked.
Yeah.
I can't blame him for
exciting.
being stoked.
So where can people find your work and your masterpieces, sir?
You can hit me on Twitter at Kratze, Krazze. You can find me there. I post everything you need, or you can hit my website, footballmaven.io/Eagles, and you can see my work there with pictures and video.
All right, sounds good. You got any of those cute little kitten or puppy videos? No? Okay.
I do not. I'm not part of the animal kingdom, I don't post those. So just NFL stuff. That's all you need to know.
All right, buddy. We'll talk with you soon. Have yourself a good weekend, sir.
Thanks, Tom. You do the same.
All righty. Well, guys, we're going to have to wrap it up, put a bow on it. My name is Tom Marquis, Presidente. Thank you so much to Mo from the BS Sports Show, who joined us for a brief 15-minute window to talk with us about bracketology, Selection Sunday, what's going on, who's going to get in, who's going to get out. I'm still holding out faith for my Indiana Hoosiers. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Matthew Embry, WSBT up in South Bend, joined us, talk some, again, March Madness, and Indy Car. Of course, he's our official Indy Car contributor. Steve Wilson, editor-in-chief of Speedway Digest, our official NASCAR contributor, just got off with Adam Jividin, super Browns fan, and believe me, as you can tell by hearing his voice, he is a super fan. And, of course, Ed Gratz, official NFL contributor and beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles, joined us. Guys, my name is Tom Marquis, Presidente. We do this thing called The Balance every Saturday morning. Don't forget to download the podcast because we like you when you do stuff like that. My name is Tom Marquis, and just remember to follow us on our social media. And I can't find my buttons. Can never find my buttons. I'm out of here. Don't drink and drive. It's not cool. Deuces.
Join us next week for The Balance. In the meantime, check us out on Twitter, T-Balance, or Facebook, The Balance, or online at www.thebalanceonline.com.